control. I was drowning in the deep end with no flow. I was wildin', but now with these voices of mine, I was out of it, out of my mind.
This is Alex Wise, and this is part 2 on my track by track video series I will be releasing throughout the week, all the way leading up to the release of my debut EP, Out of My Mind. Episode 2 is track 2, which is Out of My Mind. Obviously, that's where the name of the EP came from. Out of My Mind was actually the second track that I had the pleasure of writing and recording with Caleb, Austin, and Grant at Pure Life Entertainment Studios. That was the second track out of the whole batch of songs. And looking back, that song feels like it was the gateway to pretty much the rest of the EP, I would say. Gateway as in, once we got this song done, we realized that we were onto something really, really cool. I remember when we were in the middle of writing Out of My Mind, when we started playing back the verse transitioning to chorus for the first time, where we just felt this energy in the room, and we were just like super hyped because this song was kicking ass. Obviously, like now it's such a kick-ass song, and it's probably the most fun song I've ever written. But man, it's such a vivid memory just being in the studio and we were like, holy shit, what the fuck is this? This is special. And from then on, that carried to the rest of the recording process for the rest of the project. Before that, the first song that we did together was sort of, I don't want to call it safe, but it was a perfect middle ground between the sounds that I was already playing around with, plus new ideas that Caleb, Austin, and Grant were bringing to the table. Out of My Mind, though, this was an experiment. Coming out of the first song that we did, Caleb wanted me to do something different. From what I remember, according to him, he felt like he had some really cool ideas and he envisioned a really cool direction that I could take. And well, I decided to trust on his instincts, and we started working based off an idea that he had. If I remember correctly, we started with the groove first, so that's like the percussion elements, the drums, maybe some guitars. And then we started playing around with some melodies after that. Once we got the vibe of the song overall, we started messing around with some stacks as far as vocals, which it was perfect because that vibe ended up fueling the lyrics that I ended up writing for it. Out of My Mind is basically me coming into terms of the moment that I am living at that present time. It's me coming into terms, accepting it for what it is, and acknowledging that all I can do is to go through with it, deal with it, and to not run away from it. I realized around that time that I just love music and I have to go through with it. I realized I can't stop my journey, and that just overall work as hard as I can to get out of the spot that I was in, and to trust my abilities as a musician, as a writer, as an artist. Just deal with it and go. During the song, I talk about, again, that state of mind where I'm very, very deep into negative thoughts and just this really feeling of hopelessness. There's lyrics in there like, I was drowning in the deep end with no end nor a floor. Stuff like that, where I'm feeling very, very hopeless, like there's no end to this nightmare. But again, I realized that even if there's no visible light at the end of the tunnel, there's nothing else I can do but to face this moment and to just find that light that I can't see at the moment. That's just it. That's pretty much what Out of My Mind is. It's me in the moment head on, mentally and physically, realizing that you can get through it. You can get through such moments. So in other words, Out of My Mind is a mental victory that I had during that time, and it's super, super cool because that song is so fun, so catchy, and I cannot wait to play it live because, oh man, I just envision people going nuts to it. I'm really proud of that song, honestly. That's the lead single of the project. I think it encapsulates a lot of what was going on at the time for myself, and also, you know, I'm still facing repercussions of what happened during that time, but being more or less on the other side of what was going on during that period of time. That song just really has grown a lot as far as um, in my life or in my story. I love Out of My Mind. Out of My Mind is great, and I cannot wait to share that tune with you guys live on stage. So that's gonna be really really cool. Anyways, thank you so much for coming by. That was episode 2 of my track by track series. I really hope you guys are enjoying this content, and more to come very soon. Again, Out of My Mind, the EP will be out on August 27th, this Thursday. See you guys then.